What's up, everyone?
Hello.
How you doing?
How you doing?
I got to make myself a meme of that. I got to get that video going. The Italian version for females.
You should. You should.
I'm just saying. I'm
And we
just
should
saying.
do this.
All the fucking time. All right, my dago ass. What's up, you guys? Thank you for joining us. As always, Crystal, welcome. And special
welcome.
guest today, David Ingram of Benediction. How you doing, man?
I'm very good, thank you all. You guys okay?
Yes.
I am good. I'm having a hot flash or two, but I'm good to go.
Okay. Well,
We're excited.
the best thing for hot flashes or flushes is a cold beer.
See, I got coffee. It helps so much more.
I got water.
Yeah. Okay.
I do too, but I did.
But cheers. Okay, cheers.
Yeah. Score.
Yeah. There you go. So again, thank you, everyone. Good morning, Crystal. Good early
morning.
afternoon, Dave.
Early evening, really.
You what?
Early evening here.
Well, it's like late afternoon, right?
Nah, early evening.
You're what? 7 hours ahead of us, so it's 5:30 almost.
Yeah, 5:30. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's early evening.
Yeah.
In Denmark. It is for me because I go to bed like at 9 o'clock at night.
Right.
I'm old.
You get up in basically the middle of the night to go to work for your job, right?
Yeah. Well, tomorrow's Saturday, so I'm good to go.
True. That's true. The only job you have to do is to finish off that beer.
And then the next 12 that I have in the fridge. So yeah.
Well, getting it done.
Of course.
Well, Dave, thank you, man, for being here. I'm really excited. We had you here a year ago, actually. I think it was literally a year ago, like October last year.
Yeah, it was around that time. Yeah, it was about a year.
Yeah, and just like last year, this year you've been up to some projects lately. What you guys been up to?
Right. Well, Benediction, we've been recording a new album, and there's very little I can say about it, to be quite honest, because information will be leaked and given in drips and drabs over the next few months. But what I can tell you is right now it's being mixed. We've all finished recording. It's being mixed right now, and it should be, I don't know, January, February time for a release. But it depends. If there's a queue of bands waiting for releases, then we have to wait. So until we get a confirmation of dates, times, whatever, I can't really say much more. But around then. So. But it's finished. We're loving it. I've only got a few demo tracks through, like a rough mix, and it's already sounding great. So I'm very happy.
And how many songs are there in the album now?
There are 11.
11.
We were going to do 10, and then what happened was I'd written lyrics for the 10th one, and then I lost them. So I was a bit pissed off about that. So I started writing another song for the 10th one. And then I found the lyrics for the 10th one. And I moved them to something else. So it became 11. So two of the songs actually had the same set of lyrics on them. I'm thinking, should I re-record them? Should I demo them?
Yeah, I was going to ask that too. I was going to ask, when you seen how you lost the 10th song, did you just take some of the lyrics from what you remember that were in there? And
well, I found the lyrics again. So so now I'm thinking I could do a version of, it's the same piece of music with two different sets of lyrics. Maybe I should do that for a demo for the bonus tracks on the.
Yeah, you should.
On the album, I don't know, like on the digipack or something. I don't know. I'll talk to the band and we'll see what we can do. Because it's always nice to have something special for people.
Yeah.
Right. Little added bonuses to the tracks for people to check out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, maybe get some bloopers on there.
Oh well, there was plenty of those. Like if we did that, there'd be more bloopers than there would be music. So.
Right. So you'd have a whole different track album, or just the bloopers.
Yeah, we'd have like a triple disc vinyl thing going on, like two of bloopers and one of the actual album.
Too funny. So okay, so you're kind of like dangling that little you're dangling your album in our faces, saying, well, it's coming, it's being mastered. Do you have an ETA?
Like I say, January, February, and I can't really say more until the record label have confirmed a release date. The ball is in their court, as we
Yeah.
say in England. So we're sort of waiting on that. And also, they can't say anything yet until they've actually got the album through.
Right. I get that.
Again, that's going to be, I would say we'll know more the couple of halfway through November. We'll know a lot more.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And you will start making music videos after that. Do you have any plans for that?
Yeah, we've got some plans going on. I've been in discussion with some friends here in Copenhagen, and the other guys in the band they're talking about other ideas. So we're sort of brainstorming together, and we're getting shit sorted. We might do an animated video. We don't know yet. Like an animated one, and then a normal video thing.
Have you done animation videos before?
I had one. There was a project during the coronavirus, the COVID thing, the pandemic. There was a bunch of guys called Metal Against Coronavirus, and they did a video, and it was all animated and sort of stop motion stuff.
Oh,
and
yes.
I was in because I actually performed on the song that they did, and they put me in this video, and yeah, it was very cool. If you look it up, it's on YouTube, Metal Against Coronavirus. You find it, and
I seriously almost want to.
Yeah, I was gonna
dig it up right now.
No, it is. It's very cool. It's very cool.
That is awesome. I'm gonna have to definitely check it out. I almost want to check it out right now and go to, but it's gonna take me a minute.
Yeah.
It's all right because I'm still waking up. I'm not used to getting up this early, but I will for the right reasons.
So it's a stop animation type of video?
That's it. Yeah, a claymation thing.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to see what I look like as an animated character.
Yeah. Well, the guys that do it, the guy that did it, when he put me in this, he knew of my love for Celtic Frost. So there's a scene where you know on the Celtic Frost album cover to Megatherion, he does the slingshot with Christ on the cross. Well, I do that in the video.
Oh, cool.
That's how I kill the coronavirus in this one scene.
Okay.
That is funny.
Yeah, and
So
he's got me in there as some sort of satanic priest,
Nice.
which is actually what I am. So
really?
So it's too far fetched.
No, not at all. No.
All right. So what did you use to slingshot and kill Corona?
Well, I'm guessing it's just like a stone, like in the
Just a stone.
Yeah, like in the Giga artwork itself.
See, I'm telling you, man, weed is the cure for everything. Just get them stoned.
Yeah. There you go.
Yes, it does.
That is too funny. I'm definitely gonna have to look it up. So do you have any ideas of what your first single release would be off the album?
Not at all. At the moment, I'm considering all songs are as equal as one another. So I can't say which one we're going to use or which one will be better than the other.
He's not doing it. He's not doing it.
Until it's mixed and we got the absolute final mix, can't really say. And I've actually said to the band that I'm going to let them choose because it's too difficult for me. The one song that I want is actually it's longer, the longest one on the album, I think. It's not overly long. It's not like 14 minutes. We don't do that shit.
So is it 12 then?
Like 7
minutes? No, I think it's about 6.
Oh, that's not bad. That's
yeah. And I'd love that one, but again, it's long. But I think that one is actually my favorite. So
yeah,
I'm hoping we get to play it live. But then I think after the first time I played it live, I'll probably never want to play it again because there's a lot of singing. So
there's a lot of what?
Singing.
Oh, okay.
A lot of
vocals.
So you know what? I mean, obviously, you scream, you growl, you sing. What's harder on your vocals? I mean, for me, just talking in general is hard on my vocals. But just if I have to, push anything, like if I have to force myself to even just sing, like going to karaoke, I actually love singing. But I can't sing after the first song. I'm like, I have no training, and my voice is not used to it either. So I mean, I know after it could be used to it, but how do you do anything with your throat? Do you train your vocals? Do you go do re mi fa sol la ti do? I mean, do you do anything like that?
you're supposed to warm up before a gig.
Okay, go ahead.
Are you okay, Frank?
I don't. Sometimes I have a gag reflex. All right, go ahead.
Right. Yeah. No, you're supposed to warm up before a gig, but I don't. I mean, just the first few minutes of the show, and I'm fine.
Yeah. So you don't do any tea, you don't do any honey, you don't.
Well, yeah. If I'm sore, if I get sore afterwards, I mean, if I'm doing 2 shows in a row, 2 gigs, 2 days, that's fine. 3 gigs, 3 days, that can also be okay, but I have to be careful. And it's also about being dehydrated and drinking too much, and you have to be careful. And as long as you're thoughtful, you'll be okay. I'm okay. Yeah, for sure. If I'm not feeling too good, grab a bit of honey in some hot water or some tea or something. Yeah, I do that. You just got to be thoughtful of and mindful of your limits on things.
So. Right.
Yeah. So you don't use your voice. You don't talk, or do you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm like after a few beers, you won't shut me up. I can talk all 4 legs. All 4 legs off a donkey, and then persuade it to go for a walk afterwards. But yeah, I mean, I mean, when I say being careful, I mean, if someone passes me the bottle of Jack Daniels, I say no thanks.
Okay.
I'll just stick to beer. I'll stick to beer, and then when I get to the hotel or back on the bus, you take a bottle of water and make sure you drink it and take the rest of it with you to bed. Because you got to stay hydrated, because dehydrating and after performing, it hits me in the throat first.
Yeah, that's
the first place that goes. So you take care of it.
I would be so screwed. Like like I was saying, not just the factor of my voice not being used to singing, but I always have cotton mouth naturally.
Okay,
naturally. So then of course you add drinking, it makes it worse. But I've done it where, like I said, I've done karaoke where I've had, I drink Jägermeister. I'm a Jaeger fanatic. I don't remember a lot of my 20s, but I still keep drinking it. And there's a lot of times when I'm singing or even just talking to somebody, and all of a sudden my cotton mouth fucking kicks in and my lips start sticking into my teeth while I'm trying to sing and trying to, talk to people, and they're laughing because I'm like, hey, you're like, it looks like something totally different. And I'm like, hey.
And do you smoke or anything?
I am a smoker. Yes, I am a smoker.
Okay.
So it's like, between smoking cigarettes, smoking weed, drinking, and running my mouth all the time and never shutting up, it's like, I'm fucked. I'm going to end up with severe cotton mouth.
But Dave, I mean, do you smoke after?
No, I quit about 13 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So with that and the fact that I had time out from singing, all I was for several years, for about 5-6 years, I wasn't doing any singing at all. Although maybe it was less than that. Anyway, with that and quitting smoking, my voice, I don't have to strain so much. There's no pressure on the voice to get things right.
Right. Yeah. You got the deep raspy voice.
Yeah.
It works out. Except you're a guy, so it's normal. Broads like me.
And with quitting smoking, I've got more lung capacity as well,
right.
which always helps, especially live, and especially when you're getting older. I'm not going to say very old, but
he can't hear. He's got to put his pods on.
He can.
Yeah.
You have beautiful hair, Dave.
Thank you. But you know who has even more beautiful hair?
Who?
Bella! Baby girl. Oh my gosh, look at that face.
Look at that baby.
Oh, she melts with him. He's a sucker for it. There's pictures. Takes so many pictures of her. She's so cute.
Her name is Bella.
Is she doing okay, Dave? She's had some health issues.
Yeah, she's good. She's good.
I always check in. I always ask him, like, how's Bella?
How old is she?
She's going to be 13 next birthday, 13. So she's old. She was the runt of the litter, and they said to us, "Oh, she's never going to get past 8." And she is indomitable. She's invincible, I think. And she lives on pure hatred and spite. It keeps
And
her
she's
going.
looking at his face, Daddy.
Yeah.
Aw.
But right now, when I just opened the door and went out, and she was stood outside, sort of staring at me with big eyes. It's like, okay, come on in. So I think in about 10 minutes she's going to be scratching at the door to get out again. So
Right.
I'm going to try and entertain her while we're in here. So
There you go.
Yeah.
Give
And
her
you only
some-
have
give her
one
one.
dog?
no, I have two actually. There's a black cocker spaniel who's she's as big as a house, and so she cannot come in this room because of I'm scared she's going to destroy my vinyl collection. So,
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah. But Bella sort of sleeps in here with me sometimes when we're chilling. So,
Yeah.
but right now no, sweetheart, do not lick the sofa, please. She licks the sofa.
Yeah, it's okay. And then she's gonna come to you and give you a big kiss and spread that love.
Yeah, all the time. But yeah, so she's right here. Right, you can't see her, but she's here. I won't pick her up because she's getting comfortable at the moment. So.
Yeah, no, it's totally cool. It's totally cool. So yeah, let's talk about your vinyl collection. And you have an extensive vinyl collection.
Well, I say extensive, yeah. I actually counted it just before we started this. About a year, no, not a year, about 6 months ago, maybe 5 months. I counted it and I had about 750, which, that's all right.
No,
There's room for improvement.
Yeah.
But I counted it today and I've got exactly 858. So.
Why'd you cancel it?
Sorry?
You said you canceled it?
Counted.
Oh, counted. Okay, so you're at 858.
Yeah, 858. And I've got a bunch on the way, so.
Do you remember the first one that you purchased, the record?
Not the first one I purchased, but the first one I purloined. I stole it from my sister. It was Sabbath Bloody Sabbath by Black Sabbath. I'm in fact wearing a Sabbath Bloody Sabbath t-shirt
Oh, wow.
for that album. So right now. It was that album. It was actually that album that got me into metal. I remember my sister playing it in her room. I was 7 years old. I walked past her room and I heard that very first riff from Black Sabbath, that and I just heard that and I was like, I want to hear more of this shit.
Yeah.
This is doing it for me. And 7 years old, you're always open to new experiences.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that did it for me. And I went from there. That was my first album. I didn't buy it, obviously, but it was my first album. And the first 7-inch that I bought was some years later. Because I was listening to my sister's albums, but I bought a 7-inch years later, and it was a Tommy Gun by The Clash.
Yeah.
So I got sort of a balance of metal and punk going on when I was quite young.
You are a big punk fanatic too.
Yeah, I love me some punk.
Old school punk.
Oh yeah, the old school. Not this new rubbish that they've got going on, like Blink 184 or whatever they're called, or some 2012 or something. I don't know what they're called.
Crystal, what was your first album?
My
Sorry?
first album.
Your first,
Yeah. What is your first album?
Was?
Mine?
Yeah.
Did
you have any albums?
Not albums, but just CDs. But I think the first one that I remember is the one my mom would put is Michael Jackson. Really?
Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson.
Nice. You know. Which album do you know?
I think this is when he started. I think it was probably.
You mean when he left the Jackson 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Jackson 5 were amazing.
Oh fuck yeah, killer! Absolutely, man.
My mom is in love with the Jackson 5.
Yeah, I was obsessed with Michael Jackson when I was.
Like,
I was born in '79, so by 83, 84, when Thriller came out, I was all out, But I also like fucking The Way You Make Me Feel.
Yeah, that was in the '90s, right?
I can't sing, but I still try. But
well, neither can I, but I made a career out of it.
Yeah, but you learn to control your vocals. I still don't. I have no idea how to control my mouth. It just keeps going.
And Dave, back then, like the punk scene was over there, like
dude. My first album wasn't even a regular. It wasn't a band. It was the Super Bowl Shuffle, Chicago Bears Super Bowl Shuffle. of 86.
Really?
Do you remember that song?
Okay. I've
Yeah,
never heard
Bear,
it.
Shuffling Crew. Shuffle on down, do it for you. We're so bad, we know we're good. Yeah, I'm not gonna keep going. Yeah, it was the Super Bowl shuffle for the 86 Bears when the last time they won the Super Bowl.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, if that ever happens again in Chicago, we got enough
Everybody
gunshots
dies.
as it is out here. This place. I'm gonna be like, I'll stay home. I'm good. I'll just watch the news. But yeah, God, we're showing our age now. Jackson 5. I was actually they started long before I was born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the 70s.
Yeah. Well, I'm a late Gen Xer. I'm late 79. So I just barely made it. Dave, are you frozen?
No, I'm still. Yeah.
Just not moving.
David's just there.
Yeah, I'm listening to you. When you said
Anyway,
you're
getting back-
late Gen Xer, I was like, oh, I'm early 1969. So
1960.
How old were you when I was born, Dave?
when were you born? In 79, I was 10. I was 10.
You're 10? Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So 69, baby.
Mm.
How were those times back then?
Well, the 70s were awesome. They were awesome. They were very brown.
Brown?
If you see TV shows about the 70s and they see how colourful
brown,
it
was
is.
it colored brown, orange?
And it's like, no, it wasn't that colourful. It was fucking brown. Everything was brown, shades of brown. Right.
Or dots.
So these TV shows that do the whole colourful 70s, get the fuck out.
It's
brown and beige
and bright, pretty colors.
Like
and
everybody
everything is happy.
Everybody had the same furniture, the same cups, the same.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and
It wasn't
Tupperware and all that.
Yes, and it wasn't like now that everybody has this the new tumbler that's out and everybody wants it, and new type of furniture and dumb shit like that.
Yeah.
There wasn't enough options back then. It was just brown.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I'm okay with black and red.
Oh yeah, me too.
Black,
purple.
purple, and
I want a black Victorian house, and I just got rid of a bunch of my furniture, which I literally was crying because it took years to collect some of the stuff I had. Everything's I have a lot of vintage shit, and I like to consider myself the way I love interior decorating. A lot of people don't know this, but I'm really good at it, very, very good at it.
Oh.
And I can take the most antique of classy fucking shit and take gothic and modern shit and make it happen and create one hell of a design. I'm really good at it. I'm very, very good at interior design.
Nice.
And I inherited a bunch of old shit from Italy from the 1920s and 1930s. Like a lot of like really antique shit. And I was like, and I kept telling everyone switching stores recently, I'm like, you break this shit, I'm coming after you. And I'm like, because I have this one record player. It's actually a record player from Italy, and there's only 3 left in the world from what I was told from 10 years ago, that there's only 3 left in the world. And I'm like, great. And one's getting beat up in my fucking storage. That's awesome.
No.
But it is a record player, and it's huge. It's badass because it's also like a decorational piece for an entire fucking wall. It's got shelves, it's got a whole bunch of shit in it, and it has a liquor cabinet right above it. I'm like, dude, it's beautiful.
Oh, nice.
And it's old school shit, and then of course I got the leather couches, and I like my black and reds. I consider myself a classy classy gothic. It's like it is possible. You don't have to be a fucking shit show and look like a slob. You can still look like, look a little classy and have some, and own what you look like, but still carry that fucking, Addams Family style. And I will always hold that. But this is my natural face, though. I don't dye my hair. People stop asking me why I dye my hair. Everyone keeps saying, why do you dye your hair? Why don't you go a different color? This is me. I'm Italian. I'm a dago. So, yeah.
I love it.
Moving on, though, getting off me. So let's talk some old music. So, okay, so we actually do have one of Benediction's old videos, and it's a classic, and it's from a few years ago, 2020, 2021?
2020.
2020. All right, cool. Yes. So for anyone who doesn't know, this is actually a really fun video, and I love it. And Dave gets a kick out of it too, because his favorite chair is in it, and we'll talk a little bit about it after we play. So, Crystal, let me introduce you and everyone else. Check out Storm Crow. am stopping this shit. Why you gotta put her on camera? She's so damn cute. Look at that face.
I'm trying to show us. I'm saying, look, there's Daddy. There's
Hi,
Daddy.
fella. Hey, babies.
She can't hear you. I've got headphones on.
Okay. Oh, that's right. You have the ears
now I see what you're
Okay.
talking about.
I had to pause it. I'm sorry. All of a sudden I looked down. I'm like, oh my God, it's Bella. She's so damn cute. Okay, going back.
To the gaze, as a quest unfurled, storm cold spreads its wings. Spreads its wings. Final hour strikes this flight of dread and stolen doom. Precursor to behold ruin, to the grave of the womb. When the thunder rages, growing in the night, yield to its attrition, for its might is right. Might is right. Last goes at dawn on life's plateau, dreaming through the driven snow. Storm crow. Storm crow. Black prophet foreshadows your intended gloom. Announce shine a solemn stroke. Prepare the tomb. Runter of storm crows, Corvus carrion breath. Black wings and valor, dark cannons to your death.
Let me kick that out. Give me a second. Dude, that's awesome. Okay, so was I seeing shit, or is there no legs on that chair?
Oh no, there's no legs on it. No.
Okay. So I kept looking. I'm
It's
like,
actually on this tiny pile of stones that was there. It was recorded in Sheffield, in the north of England, and the actually that chair belonged to the director, and he records in that area where we filmed it. He recorded there several other times and used the chair in other videos.
right.
And he said like, "Oh, I've got this chair," and it was still there. He'd left it there after a couple of months.
Oh, that's too fun.
Was that the chair you were talking about when you're like, I need to sit down, I don't want to?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, it was there, and he brought it for me, and yeah. So
What were you drinking?
Red wine called Black Tower. It's some real cheap shit that was available. That the bass player picked up for me. So
So, was that an abandoned mansion or warehouse or anything?
no, it was actually Sheffield is known for its well, it used to be known for its steel works, and that was an old steel works.
Oh, okay.
And the place was apparently severely haunted. And when we did the other video for that, prior to recording the Stormcrow one, we did a video for Iterations of I. And we were in a building that used to be like part of the foundry, and it's just covered in coal dust and ash and stuff everywhere. And I was standing on this sort of plinth, this part of the furnace, and Dan, the bass player at the time, he was on another one. The drummer was on the floor beneath us, and the other guitarists were behind us. And I could see out through a gap, and there was a sort of a building opposite, and I could see someone stood watching us. And I said to the guy afterwards, the director, there was a guy over there watching what we were doing, and he was like, where? And I showed him, and he said, "There's no way up or out of there. It's a demolished building." And he said, like it was like a shadow of someone.
Yeah.
Shadow people.
Yeah. I mean, I don't particularly believe in ghosts. I'm going to do the whole Mulder thing. I want to believe, but and seeing stuff like that makes me think there's more to it, and it's just a science that we just don't know yet.
You just made me think of like a whole slew of questions that I'm not going to bring up.
All right. Well, we'll have to do another interview another day.
I'm not going to bring them up because I'm not supposed to. But you just made me think of like 20 questions. Like, interesting. Let's have this conversation again.
Yeah. since Halloween is around the corner.
Yeah.
What
Exactly.
What do you do for Halloween? What do you do? Anything special or anything?
There's a local amusement arcade here in arcade. It's like not arcade. Theme park here in Copenhagen. It's called Tivoli. And they have Halloween stuff up the whole round, pumpkins and the spicy foods, the pumpkin spice stuff, and I prefer it to Christmas. Really, it's much more fun. They have the spiced wines and stuff like that. It's great. We'll go there, and we'll get in sort of the block that we live in. The kids will come around, and you get to put up a sign saying like, yes, you're cool to knock for Halloween on here.
Right.
And
trick or treat.
Yeah, exactly.
See, here in the States, a lot of times they put the front porch light on. The front porch, because you don't say it in the daytime, but basically you just go to every door and pray, and hope that they answer it. And I love the people that just leave a basket or a bowl and say, just take one. It's like, who the fuck you want?
Oh, we can't do that.
One handful.
We can't do that here.
Thank you.
We can't do that here in McAllen. They just steal the candy. Like,
well, yeah. I mean, I've seen kids take the whole fucking bowl and take off running.
it's like.
Well, we were going to this year. I really wanted to do, because I bought one of these Darth Vader helmets, and they're actually movie quality. They have the sound effects. They have the lights inside. They're called the Black Series. And I bought that, and I wanted to get the costume. I also bought a Darth Vader lightsaber. The one where you press the button and it sort of glows. It does everything. And I wanted to do that to scare the kids and be the Darth Vader thing, because me and my son, we love Star Wars. Yeah. So I mean, I love Star Wars, Doctor Who, Star Trek, but my son really likes Star Wars, so we have that connection with that franchise. And I wanted to do that for Halloween, but the time just got away because I was doing so much with the band. But I've still got the helmet thing up there on the shelf.
I want to see it.
Well, I can't take it down because I haven't taken it down since I put it up there, and it's covered in dust.
Oh, okay.
So, but what I'll do just before we leave, I'll sort of try and pan the computer around, because if I move the computer, I might lose audio, and you might lose audio of me.
Okay. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
My computer's so old.
I just want to hear you go.
Okay.
Have you seen the Chewbacca one? That's a funny.
No, I've not seen that one. No. But my son, I bought him the one from the Clone Wars, one of the Clone Trooper helmets, Captain Rex. Yeah. I bought him that one, and I mean we're totally into Star Wars, and also because we're in Denmark as well, we love Lego, and therefore Star Wars Lego. Mm-hmm. And I've even put on the Benediction rider for gigs. I want some Star Wars Lego on the rider. And occasionally, there will be some that will show up. It'll be a magazine or a little box of Lego. So it's really cool.
I don't know if it's by you guys, but here in Chicago, we have something called Legoland.
That's by us. We got one here too. We have the original here, because Lego was invented.
I don't know the story of it. I just know it's here. But I do know it's like $30 fucking bucks a person just to walk in the door. It's like that doesn't even count anything. It's just walking. It's like, hello, dick. You know?
That's how
But
it
I mean,
is.
so it's just like, well, it's insane what some of these guys did, like all these people that the shit they create out of Legos, man. It's insane.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
Yeah.
my ADHD and my anxiety would be through the roof. It would take me years to finish a project that's even like 12 inches by 12 inches. I can't imagine doing shit the size of a room.
Yeah. Yeah, they do some real creative stuff.
What's the large? Have you ever made any Legos designs? Any big ones?
Well, the kits that you buy, yeah, absolutely. But never anything on from my own imagination. Because
you have no imagination.
No, I have an imagination, but I'd rather use my creativity for lyrics and music.
I get it now.
Yeah, but the Lego stuff, yeah, I'll put that together. So I love that.
Do you have any Doctor Who Legos? Do they exist?
They did. They did a couple. Well, they did one set years ago, and while I was in Maryland when I was doing the Hail of Bullets gig, I went out and found that they had one, and I bought it, and I never opened it, and it still had the security lock thing around it.
Dude,
and I put it to one side. And I just left it, and then I remember I found it, and I said to my son, "Oh, by the way, I found this," and he was like, "My God, do you know how much that is now? It's sealed, it's not been touched, because they only made one set." So like we still got it somewhere. We got it packed away. So
shit, dude. Even the box, the box is worth more than the product.
Well, no, what I mean is it's sealed. It's sealed in the box.
Right, it's still in the box. I know it's amazing. Like that's how it is with a lot of different anything. It doesn't matter what it is. Anything, as long as the box itself is worth more than the toy.
I mean, I collect Daleks. You know what those things are?
You collect what?
Daleks.
No.
From Doctor Who.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Hang on. You see that thing there with the dots on?
I saw that. I saw that clear as day.
I collect those, and I've got a few out here, and I've got about 60 or 70 under the bed, under the sofa here. And it's I need to make space for them, but I collect them. And I bought a couple, and they're still in the box. And actually, I worked out that those ones in the box are worth more than all the others I've got because they're still in the box. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. But that's the thing. I don't want to keep them in the box. I want to hold them, want to feel them, want to touch them, want to play with them. Because a lot of them are like remote control. You know, you can sort of drive them around and shit like that. So
I feel so bad. My oldest daughter is a Doctor Who fan.
Okay.
Fanatic. I call her Fanatic. She gets pissed. She's like, "Stop using your name and everything." But she's huge. And Doctor Who, huge posters, everything, you name it. I mean, she's got posters, she's got pillows. She now she's older, but she has a couple of remnants of what she had, after growing up. But she still has a lot of shit. And I would yell at her, "Don't open the box," and she'd be like, "Well, don't fucking get it if I can't open it." I'm like, "No, I'm trying to teach you value." And I'm like, "This, there's only so many things that are made. It's going to be worth so much." She's like, "This isn't the 80s. That's not how it works." I'm like, "Actually, it doesn't matter what generation you are. If you leave it in a box in 20, 30 years, that shit is considered a classic and it starts becoming worth money."
Yeah, exactly.
Especially if that box is untouched, which means don't take the tape off either. You can't do that to kids.
I'm going to have to stop again. It's not me. Bella needs out.
No, go ahead.
So I'll just give me a minute. I'm going to make her feel comfortable in the other room. All right, give me a sec.
All right, let me swallow. Hold on.
I never thought I'd hear that being said today.
Things to think about. So anyway,
bucket list.
We're gonna check. Anyway, you throw my money. It's my fault too, and I'm the first one that said it, so I can't even blame anyone. Well, okay, my mind's in the gutter. Let the weekend happen. I'm still not gonna do anything. No, I actually got 2 weeks to go. I'm gonna cut this out. I got 2 weeks to go to this week. I'm really fucked up from this. Anyway, moving on. So, where did we leave off? Dave, we were talking while you were gone. I'm going to delete that. We were actually talking about Doctor Who. And she was asking if there was ever a female Doctor Who. And I'm like, I know he always had an assistant. I never really watched it too much, but I watched it some with my daughter. How well do you know the show?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I've known it since the day I was born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there ever a female Doctor Who?
Yes, not that long ago, actually.
Okay.
We had Jodie Whittaker. She was the 13th incarnation,
Oh,
Right.
and or possibly the 14th incarnation if you count the War Doctor as one as well. You have to watch the show. It gets really weird with numbers. But right now we're on the 15th incarnation. Ncuti Gatwa, the guy's name is. He's this wonderful, wonderful actor, and he's brought a whole new array of emotions to the character, a whole new facet to Doctor Who, and it's just absolutely fantastic. It really is. And we just had his first season, and now we're sort of gearing up for the next one, which I think will be around I think spring. Late spring, it's going to be done. They're filming it right now, so I cannot wait.
Can you
But to answer your question, yes, there was a female
okay.
Doctor Who, Jodie Whittaker. So yes.
Can you name every incarnation of Doctor Who's? Can you name all of them?
You mean the actors?
Yeah.
Yeah, William Hartnell, Patrick Troughton, John Pertwee, Tom Baker, Peter Davison, Colin Baker, Sylvester McCoy, Paul McGann, Sir John Hurt, who was the War Doctor, Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant, Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi, who's my favourite of the modern Doctors, Jodie Whittaker, David Tennant again, because he came back for a few episodes, and then Ncuti Gatwa. And there's also Peter Cushing in the movies that originally weren't canon. They weren't part of the lore, but they are now. They've been made law by the showrunner Stephen Moffat.
Dude, that's insane. I was sitting there counting 1, 2, and you were
Yeah,
saying,
I was like,
yeah.
Dude, that is amazing. Like, I could barely remember my brother's names and my kids' names, let alone. That is awesome. Like, seriously, I'm like,
I am a fan of the band, and when I said from the day I was born, I mean that literally.
wow.
When I was born on that day, my mum was a Doctor Who fan, and I was born at home, and she gave birth to me at home, and while she was nursing, that was at 3:00 precisely on January 25th, 1969, and the same day, that was a Saturday, the same day the Doctor Who was on at 5:15 in the afternoon. So she called the family and said, "I want the TV brought upstairs." So the very first television.
Screaming in pain.
Yeah, well, no, well, I mean, she'd already given birth to me, and she was just sort of nursing me. She's holding me, and she just said, put the TV on, and she watched it, Doctor Who. So the very first television I ever saw was Doctor Who.
That's great. No,
even though I don't remember
what was
it.
The
so.
hospitals like in the 60s. I mean, I know you could smoke in them. I remember you could smoke in them into the 90s too.
Well, yeah.
Like, dude, the TV reception. I mean, how many ears did you have to? How big?
Yeah,
was
we had those bunny aerial
things.
things. The bunny aerials on the TV.
Yeah.
We had those things. I remember those. And it wasn't until I was about 5-6 years old we got a color television.
Really? Okay.
So yeah.
Well, that was normal though. I mean, what the way the incomes were back then, I mean, it wasn't like today. Like, kids don't even realize, even the poorest of the poor families, still they might live in the ghetto with cockroaches as their best friend, but they also have brand new Jordan shoes. I'm calling this shit out. Brand new Jordan shoes, 65-inch flat screen, top of the line, this and that, but they're poor.
Yeah.
Let's talk about where that money really comes from. Welcome to Chicago, but and every other major city. But
I've been in Chicago back in '89 and '90. I was there for quite a while. And I sort of remember the Loop a lot, and traveling, across town, and it would be $1.25 if you take the bus and then the train, take the bus and then the L. It was $1.25, or $1 if you just want to take the bus or the L. And I'd go to Aranda's on Belmont and have a refried bean burrito, and Aranda's is still there to this day. And when I'm over,
there's a lot of classic places.
Yeah, but when I'm over next time, which is going to be sort of sometime next year. I can't say more about it, but I'll be able. I want to go to Aranda's and have a.
So that actually was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
Was tours planned with the new album coming out? And when was the last time you were in the States?
We played Atlanta about a year and 18 months ago.
Yeah.
That was a strange one, but it was a great gig. But we came in for one gig and then out again.
One and done.
Yeah, one and done, and it was weird because the we have to pay for the visas, the work visas, and we have to be professional and do it all by the rules.
Right.
And the thing is, we pay for the visas, and they cost about $700-800 each. And I did mine, and when I got to Atlanta at the airport, and I went to the guy at the security, and I handed him my passport, and he opened it, closed it, handed it back, and said, "Yeah, welcome to America." And I was like, "You didn't even look at my visa." He stamped the passport, but he didn't look.
Well,
at the
that's nothing new here. Nobody looks at. Nobody even asked for visas. It seems like
I'm thinking I could have just not had one. Right. But, it
could have saved money on it.
Yeah, exactly. It was so weird.
Have you ever been?
Yeah, that was the last time we were there, and we are coming over. We what I can tell you is that we're doing the Maryland Death Fest, and we got some shows around it because that's been promoted. We got a couple of shows around it, but I can't say when yet because they haven't been properly confirmed.
Right.
And it's not good to say, "Oh, we're playing this date," and then it gets moved.
And then it doesn't come through. Some goes up. Right. I get that.
Yeah, and then it pisses people off. So we can't really say right now. But
so you are coming.
As soon, we are coming, and as soon as we can. But there is a Chicago date.
Is definitely confirmed.
That's confirmed. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, but the others we can't say yet. But
right.
Yeah, we want. I want a Chicago date. So
that'd be killer. Hello.
Have you ever been to Texas?
No, we've only ever done East Coast with the band, and I've only ever been to like New York and Chicago. The last time I was there, sort of as a tourist, I would say it was 2009. I was in Poughkeepsie in New York for my church.
Right.
So that was.
When was the last time you were in Chicago?
Oh, 1994. We played at the venue right opposite Aranda's, and I didn't know it was opposite Aranda's until I looked. We'd finished the gig, and we were about to leave and head to a hotel, and I look out, and I could see Aranda's from the venue.
Aranda's the pizza joint, right?
No, that burrito joint.
Burrito. I thought it was a pizza.
Yeah. No. Well, unless it's changed, I don't know. It's been since 1989, so it could have changed. But anyway, I could see it from the window, and I was like, "You motherfucker!" If I'd have known, I'd have gone down there and eaten. Yeah. But no, I had to eat the
now we have
venue food.
Just order that shit. You don't have to go nowhere. It's every fucking lazy man's dream. It's like automatic.
Yeah, but I want to go there. I want to be there because I was there in '89 and I haven't been there.
Yeah, since. That's been a long time, man.
I have to go and sit in there, and if I can buy a 6-pack of Rolling Rock to take with me. Because that's what I drank in there.
35 years since you've been in Chicago?
Yeah, since 94. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Man, it's time to come back, and then we got to pop your Texas cherry, too.
Yeah, we'll have to do that. Yeah. I got some very close friends in Texas, so yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot of friends
down there. Those guys would definitely like to see me over there, I'm sure.
So where in Texas are you?
I'm in McAllen, Texas, like right in the border.
Where's that at though? Like, what's the closest city? I have no idea where that's at.
The closest city?
Yeah.
Or the closest country?
City.
The closest city. Well,
like
it's McAllen.
Like, is it Dallas? Is it like that?
Well, I would say close to San Antonio.
Okay.
I would say, or Corpus Christi. I don't know if you heard of that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah. It's a great album by Crass.
Yeah. Yep.
What was it? I can't remember.
But we're like near the border. You can just like walk to Mexico.
So your state's half the problem.
Oh, so like in the movie, what is it? No Country for Old Men, where he actually does walk into Mexico.
Well, Mexico walks into us. It's not usually the other way around. Yes, I went there.
You went there. You had to.
I went there.
But
yeah, we do it the other way around. Our bodies disappear. Anyway, assholes. So let's go back. Get back on track. I go left so easily. All right. So, Dave, I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to be with us. It's fun as always, man. And so, if anyone wants to check you out, if they haven't heard of Benediction, I'm always trying to help. The younger generation, they need to know. They need to know who the godfathers of fucking black metal are. It's time. They got to catch up. There's been a lot of kids who are like,
did you just say Benediction is black metal?
Well, I did. Well, I'm saying black metal. I did. You're a cross, though. You're actually a crossbreed.
No, we're death metal.
It's death.
Death? Okay. No,
we are death metal.
Frank.
You don't paint your face, though. That's pretty much good. I'm going to edit that part out.
Yeah.
But no, there's a lot of these younger generations. They have no idea. I was talking with a kid the other day, and I was talking, saying I'm going to interview Benediction. He's like, who? And I'm like, he's younger. So that didn't shock me. He was younger.
We get that a lot.
He's in his late 20s, and he's like, he must not be that big. And I'm like, I'm like, okay, this is all old school shit. He goes, I listen to old school. And he goes like Slayer, Megadeth. And I'm like, okay, the mainstream metal artists. And I'm like, mainstream. And I said, there's more than that. And he goes, that's all there is. And I'm like, no, there's a lot more than that. There's a serious underground I'm like, dude, there's so much you need to learn. He's younger, so I'm trying to be beneficial, but he's starting to look at me like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, okay, I admit firsthand, nobody knows every band that's out there, but I also know enough to get by. And I'm like and the kid's getting pissed at me, and he's like, he's nobody. He's nobody. I sent him, and I'm like, okay, he's nobody. And I sent him the little promotional video, and he's just like, okay, maybe he's somebody. And I'm like, maybe. He saw the pictures, and I'm like, dude, I'm going to send you a list. I actually wrote a list out and texted him a list of bands I wanted him to check out from the late 70s, 80s, early 90s. He didn't know any of them.
Okay.
And that's what happens.
Any of them.
Yeah, it is.
And he goes, none of them are mainstream. I'm like, sweetheart, there's so much more out there than mainstream. Don't say you're part of the underground if you don't know. And I'm like, because people like me are going to start slapping the shit out of you.
Yeah, this the sort of thing I get. When you sort of go out here in Copenhagen and you bump into people, and they say like, yeah, you like the heavy stuff then? Yeah, me too. I listen to Volbeat and Five Finger Death Punch.
Yeah, it's all mainstream. That's all mainstream.
Yeah, it's like that's not heavy.
It's like pop metal.
Yeah, it is. It is. So yeah, but bless their cotton socks for trying.
Yeah.
But like with this show, we're gonna get more people to watch you guys, get more, give you more attention because you guys rock, man.
Thank you. Can
I
take a moment?
He hasn't been to Chicago in 35 fucking years.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope we're on that list, man. Everyone knows Chicago's the center hub of all fucking kinds of crazy shit. So you got to come here. This has to be one of your locations.
Another reason to come there, not just the burrito
it's the pizza.
Randas. No, it's the deep dish pizza, the Chicago style.
The Chicago
I have got to try it. And when I was there last time, I was there for several months. I did not ever try that damn pizza.
Well, I don't know what the pizza was like in the late 80s, early 90s. I mean, I'm sure I had it, but I just don't remember because I was a kid. I was like 12, 13. All right. But as an adult, pizza.
Yeah, I've got to try that.
If you come,
I've got to try that.
Yeah, if you come, definitely got to do the the pizza. Deep dish, always.
Absolutely. And if I may take a moment, I actually have a new podcast.
Okay, yeah.
If I can talk about it, if that's all right.
Yes.
Shameless promotion. Do it, man.
Yeah, thank you. Because I used to do a show called Metal Breakfast Radio. Some of the episodes are still available. And if you've never heard it, go check them out because I'm going to delete them very soon. Because eventually, whenever I finish with Benediction, I will start that podcast again from sort of day one. We'll sort of do the whole refresh thing. So all the old episodes, we had about 400, I think. They're all gone. I've got copies, and I may release them someday. But that will come again. I also used to do a show called Lambert's Basement, which is a big band jazz show. Because I'm a big fan.
Yes, I was
of
reading
about
jazz. That. Yes.
Yeah. So that and I do occasionally do a show for Halloween. I'm not going to do one this year, but I might actually do a Halloween show for Metal Breakfast Radio just to let people know that we will be back at some point. But I have this new podcast with a friend of mine called Krusty Pete. It's me and him, and we're called Old Men Howling at the Moon. And what we do is we talk about basically the old days, about how things were great when we were kids and we were younger, and how different they are now, and they're not as good. We don't think they're as good. And it's not so much us complaining, it's just us making comparisons. I mean, the first episode we talk about death metal and how promotion of death metal back in the 90s is different to it is today, because there was no internet.
It was so taboo. It was so taboo 30 years ago, whereas now it's like it's normal. It's common day now.
Episode 2 is about Star Wars and how it was different back then, how it is now. I love it back then. I love it now. Pete only likes it back then. So we have that sort of complaints with each other, and also the whole movie experience. We talked about that as well, because he went to drive-ins and I never had drive-ins in England. So, and episode 3 is about the cartoon culture on a Saturday on a weekend. When you were a kid, you had cartoons all over TV on a Saturday morning.
Saturday morning cartoons.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And we talk about that and how different it is nowadays, and through the 90s and the 2000s and shit like that. And we got other stuff coming up. We're going to talk about ghosts as well, just for the hell of it. No subject is really taboo. But we're not just going to complain. We're going to talk stuff, and it's kind of fun. It's just nice to chat. And I love Pete. He's a great friend of mine. Pete is a great friend of mine. I really love it.
Yeah, the idea is talk show style. Just hang out and shoot the shit.
Exactly. And it's audio. He wants to do video at some point, and we might do that maybe on a once a couple of months occasion. We'll do video, but mostly I'm thinking it's going to be audio.
When do you think that's going to start airing? When you plan on doing it?
Well, we're on episode 3. It's already out.
Oh, it's already out. Okay, so
you can find us on Instagram, Old Men Howling. That's howling without the G. Old Men Howling at the Moon. On Instagram, on Facebook. We're not on Twitter or X or whatever that Elon twat is calling it these days. You can find us, you look for us, or just search for me on Facebook, and I post about it, and you just scroll through my feed and it'll be there.
And the link.
I mean, it's fun. It's a nice thing to do, and like I say, I love Pete, and we have a good time. He when he comes to the gigs, he has been to a few of our gigs in Europe, because he lives in Germany now. He's an American, lives in Germany, and he brings bottles and bottles and bottles of Fireball. So we have a nice time with all that stuff. So
dude, Fireball is beautifully cheap fucking whiskey, and it's cheap to buy,
and it tastes delicious.
You know what? It's funny because everyone knows it tastes like Red Hot's candy. I hate Red Hot's. The candy, I can't stand it, but I will drink the shit out of it. I will drink the shit. I hate Red Hot candies. I don't like it. But I don't like black licorice, but I drink the fuck out of Jägermeister.
You gotta drink some.
Well, Jägermeister isn't black licorice.
But it tastes like black licorice.
No, it doesn't.
You don't think so?
No. I live in Denmark. We know what black licorice tastes like.
Okay, I've never had Denmarkian. Is that a thing? Denmarkian?
Denmarkian? Wow, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know that phrase, but yeah.
Denmarkian, it is now. I've never had European. Let's just go there all together. European licorice before. Yeah. I don't like black licorice. I think it tastes like shit. Okay, maybe that's the American version.
It's the American version. Also the same as the English version. The stuff we get here in Denmark is it's like, because you know how you get the sticks of licorice, not black but the actual raw licorice, and people would chew them. Well, that was candy for the Vikings. That was the Vikings had as candy.
Yeah,
and they would chew, and that's why licorice is so popular over here. And it's like they have it with salt, not sugar. I should send you some. I should definitely send. If we do Chicago, I will bring some for you. You
salty
will,
licorice.
salty, yeah, absolutely. It's coated in salt. It's amazing. It
I'm
really
like
is.
trying to think. I'm like, wow, it's coated in salt.
But
Like
is
it's
it-
like dipped like sugar candy.
Yeah,
or
like sugar, candy coated in sugar. This is candy coated in salt.
Is
It's
it like-
amazing.
Is it sweet as well?
No,
or is,
no, not at all. It's salty.
It's
But
just
the
salty.
candy bit, the licorice bit, there's a slight sweetness to it, but it's very strong. Sort of. I'll
Salty
definitely bring
licorice.
some. Yeah,
Interesting.
you're gonna love it for a second, and then you'll hate it, and you'll say,
Yeah.
"I thought we were
Oh, that's
friends."
salty. Yeah, love it for a second. You can have your water ready to go and wash that shit down.
Yeah, because
Or Jaeger.
you know like the joke candy you used to get when you were a kid.
yeah.
Oh, dude,
You
I
know,
used to
you give
rage
someone
taking
candy
yours.
and it's sort of like hot, really, and yeah, well, it's kind of like that. When I first had it, I was like, I thought we were friends. No, this is what it is. Right? It's real stuff, and it's amazing.
Salty licorice. That blows my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you could send it to me, that'd be great. If you come to Chicago, even better. Then I'll get to taste
I'll
it.
bring a lot. So
And then you can laugh at me. I'll do this. Salt. I
I'll
love
definitely-
salt. I love salt, but a lot of it, I'll be like,
yeah, yeah. But don't worry, I will bring a big load
sorry.
of the candy. For God's sake.
I know. I'm sorry. Sorry. Yeah.
Mine out the gutter, woman.
It's a franism. It's a franism.
Franism.
Oh, yeah. Dave, thank you so much for being here, man. If everyone wants to check out your music, and buy merch, check you out, see what you're up to, check out up on your podcast you got going. What platforms can they find you on?
Google.
Yeah, there you go. Fuck, everything's on Google.
Honestly, there's so many. Just go to
No,
Google
actually,
and
that's
look for
solid.
it.
It puts everything right there.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
Yeah, no, that's solid. That is awesome. Crystal, do you have any last minute questions you'd like to ask Dave?
I was gonna ask him about the candy. Is there any other type of candy that we don't know? Us Americans don't know.
We don't know shit compared to them.
Yeah.
There's one. There is one type of candy that, like for me, when I saw it, I laughed my ass off. It comes in a small box, about like a matchbox size, and it's called spunk. Now, in England, that is the slang word for
Sperm.
yeah, sperm. Thank you. I was trying to find a polite word.
How the fuck did you know that, Crystal?
Hey,
How
I
did
watched
you know, hey, Crystal, I want to know how many other languages do you know sperm from?
Well,
Is that something you look into?
Do you look at
Yeah,
you look at
I-
sperm?
I specialize. No, I'm kidding. No.
I'm just curious.
I can say it in Spanish
you
too.
knew it was sperm. Just blew my mind.
Sperm. It's like I was excited about saying that. Right? It's
Okay,
sperm.
so now we're talking about sperm. All right, let's do this.
Yes.
Right. But no, there's this candy called spunk, and
Spunk.
it made me laugh when I first saw it, and now I see it every day when I'm in the supermarket. It's by the checkout machine, and yeah, you can sort of buy these
You're like,
little matchbox sized boxes.
Is it
of
salty tasting too? I'm just.
Some of it is. Some of it's salty.
You had to go there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does any of it have like a hint of pineapple?
No, there's one flavor. It's called salmiak, which kind of tastes like bleach.
Salmiak.
What does leech taste like? Never mind. I don't even want to know.
No, all right. Yeah,
I don't
bleach.
know. I don't know. That's one
Yeah.
thing I'm definitely not going to lick or suck or taste or.
Fran,
I don't know.
you know.
You've eaten leech?
Leech? No.
No,
Is that a delicacy? I mean, is that
never
real
mind.
leech?
Never mind. You haven't got the connection, but don't worry.
I'm going to think about this shit.
No, she still
Okay,
doesn't get it, Dave.
I mean, I think of very short, clingy bloodsuckers.
Okay. No.
Wait a
But
minute.
never mind.
I just
Never
love
mind.
when I said bloodsuckers with somebody. Some people have fetishes.
Weird ones.
Okay, we're going way off topic. All right, so Candy, if you come to Chicago, let's bring some salty shit here. I want to taste the different candies and I'm just gonna stop before my mind really goes. You guys, both of you, thank you so much for here, Dave.
Thank you so
again,
much.
man. Good seeing you again. It's been a year since you've been here, and
Yeah,
everyone,
thank
keep
you.
your ears and your eyes peeled for the next upcoming album. And he's guesstimating. You said January, February of next year.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right, cool. And he will be in Maryland for Maryland Death Fest, so things to come. And we'll see, maybe, hopefully, other locations too.
Yes.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me. I really
Dave,
appreciate it.
Have a great evening. I know it's
Thank you
later
very
over
much.
there.
You have a great day, both
Thank
of you.
Crystal,
Thank you so
and good
much.
morning to you, sweets. And
morning.
yeah, we will see each other very soon. And Dave, I'll talk to you again very soon, man.
Yeah, no worries.
Man,
Take
love
it easy,
and
y'all.
respect.
Cheers.
Bye, guys.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Dave.
Cheers.